Hi, everyone. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today, we're talking about part two of overcoming fear and anxiety. So, welcome once again to Monday Motivation. Last week, we discussed fear and anxiety. This is something I've worked on for years now, so I fully grasp what it takes to get through it and also to manage it. And so I want to be able to teach that to you. If we truly understand and manage these emotions, they can become our allies and empower us to navigate challenges that come our way. We can do it with courage and resilience when we know how to manage the anxiety. Now, choosing to stay present amid anxiety and fear is something that I talked about last week, because grounding ourselves through that heightened time when our emotions are going crazy, that really does help to bring us into a calmer state. So body awareness can help us stay present in our emotional discomfort. This is something I didn't understand, but once I figured it out and learned about it, then I knew, yeah, there's something here. So then we're better prepared to deal with those negative emotions and then anxiety or fear. So we know that emotional pain is a natural part of just being human. It happens to us every single day. It often arises from situations that challenge our beliefs, our emotions, or our physical well-being. We can get anxious about a lot of things, but when we're going through a traumatic situation, like breast cancer or healing from breast cancer, it's that element of uncertainty that can create anxiety. Maybe you can relate to that. I've posted some coping tools each day last week in our Facebook group. These are all techniques that I've used, so I know they work. At least they worked for me. They are how I learned to be resilient and to heal my emotional pain. So take a look at those when you have a minute. But I'll move on now. So during my first journey through breast cancer, I had a lumpectomy on my left side, chemotherapy, and radiation. I recall laying on the table at about day 15. So I was nearly halfway through the planned 35 radiation treatments. It was intense because I had a large tumor, but also lymph node involvement. So they were doing everything to eradicate this beast that was in my body. My emotions got the best of my body, my mind, and my spirit for reasons I did not understand. But just laying on that table, the tears started flowing. At the end of the treatment, I sat up on the table and the doctor came into the room. He seemed unequipped to comfort me. Maybe he was surprised, shocked to see me in that level of distress. I have come to know my radial oncologist over the years. He's very involved publicly in a lot of worthwhile, awesome events that support breast cancer survivors. So not just breast cancer, all cancer, but I do know him as a kind and gentle soul. But at that time, I didn't know him as well, and he didn't know me as well. Perhaps he was surprised by my emotion because I'd always been stoic, you know, solid, confident, and ready to conquer every phase of my treatment. So to see me distraught and crying had to be a shock to him. But that was the day I realized I had work to do to find emotional healing. And I didn't know that. No one told me. I was so focused on healing my body and survivor mode that I didn't even realize the emotional and spiritual impact until that day. Let's talk about how to define emotional discomfort. Consider discomfort a state of unease. It's anxiety or it's distress arising from internal or external factors. It's fear of your future. It's fear of an upcoming scan. It's fear of your surgery or healing from surgery. It can manifest in various forms, like fear of failure, fear of the future. That's, and also the emotional pain that we carry from past experiences. It can manifest itself any day, any time. And sometimes we don't even understand, like the day of my radiation treatment. I didn't understand it. Emotional pain is a natural response to any type of change or uncertainty and can catalyze personal development and resilience. That's what it did for me. And I want to show you how to do it for yourself. The power of presence involves being fully aware of our thoughts and our emotions and our physical sensations in that present moment. Anxiety shows up in our body. It creates, in our perspiration. It makes my eye twitch, and it's typically my right eye. It makes my stomach uneasy. There are lots of things that create anxiety, but it does manifest in our body, and we may not have realized that before. Research demonstrates that the benefits of mindfulness and presence in reducing stress and anxiety can enhance our emotional well-being. So this isn't something I'm just throwing at you. It's research backed. That is why grounding techniques can help us alleviate our uncomfortable feelings, our uncomfortable emotional feelings. Practical grounding techniques such as deep breathing exercises or sensory awareness practices, these are types of grounding exercises that can help ease the pain of anxiety in our bodies and thus help calm our nerves, help us to feel better emotionally. The one that I like the best is a sensory technique called 5-4-3-2-1. This helps us to reconnect our anxious mind with our body by using our five senses. It helps us to notice our surroundings with our senses. Focusing on the here and now sends calming signals to your brain. So that's the science behind why this works. So to help you focus on the present, try engaging in activities that you enjoy, such as cooking a meal, talking with a friend, or walking your dog. Choose an action that moves your focus to someone or something other than yourself. Yoga worked for me. I was an avid yogi And then I was diagnosed with cancer. So I had that in my hip pocket. And on days after I had fully healed, I was able to use the yoga to help heal my anxiety. Other ideas include spending an afternoon cooking something healthy for your family. You could do meal prep for the week too. Doing something for others helps take your mind off yourself. Another option is to bring your kids into the fun if you have young kids or grandchildren. Bake healthy cookies or teach them about healthy cooking. Protein balls are a thing I love to make. The distraction will stop you from worrying about the future, worrying about your own anxiety, and help you increase your overall well-being. Implementing grounding techniques can help you manage anxiety and stress or fear, any type of overwhelming emotion during moments of discomfort, and it can help you cultivate a sense of calm and centeredness. Embracing pain with courage is a way to confront and transform discomfort into growth opportunities. In my story earlier, I spoke about breaking down in front of my doctor. That experience encouraged me to view my discomfort as a stepping stone toward my own healing, toward personal empowerment and self-discovery. It is important to remember that each person copes and recovers differently, so there is no right or wrong. There's nothing absolute about any of these techniques, but taking action of some sort is a way to make progress. The key takeaways from my presentation today is to emphasize the importance of staying present in your discomfort. It'll help your personal growth and your self-awareness. I encourage you to use mindfulness and grounding techniques to navigate your anxiety and fear. And remember to give yourself grace. Always give yourself grace. We're not perfect. We're human. You've been through a traumatic experience, so healing takes time. Building new skills to manage your emotions takes time. The incidence of anxiety can reappear over and over again, even years later, but you'll get better and better at coping with them if you're really taking action. Many of the coping techniques are, that I've presented and others in the posts and things I've talked about today are in my book, Thrive After Breast Cancer. I can also provide a written PDF document of the ideas. I'm happy to do that. I'll get those ready for you, and I'll post a link so that you can access them today. Or if you have the book, you'll find them all in the book. Also, I invite your questions on applying these principles in your own lives so that you can have a transformative experience and take control of your anxiety. An option is joining the Courageous Hearts small group coaching program. It's a 60-day program that includes weekly coaching videos and live small group coaching on Zoom once or twice monthly, whichever you choose. The price is negligible. It's a very small commitment for you, but a large commitment for your action taking. We will discuss coping techniques as a group and whatever else is on your mind. The next session begins next week on May 6th. The program is ongoing, so you can join at any time. Look for the link in our Facebook group. If you have questions or need assistance, you can always reach out to me. I always have time for you. My time is free. I want you to understand that. I don't charge for my time. I do have programs where you can go deeper and learn more. But just reaching out to me to talk or have a conversation or ask questions, I love it. So just let me know. As always, I'm cheering you on. Take a look in the Facebook group for all the links for the 60-day program and also for the PDF with coping skills. That's what I have for you today. Again, reach out. I'm happy to help. Have a good Monday. Goodbye.